Johns Hopkins is proud to honor
7 trailblazing leaders
making a lasting impact
on society
and the world.
Philanthropist Andreas Trocopoulos. He's dedicated his life to enriching the lives of others.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andreas Trocopoulos.
He's the co-president of the Stavros Niarchos Foundation, one of the world's most prestigious philanthropic organizations. The foundation sponsors projects in more than 130 countries and has forged an enduring partnership with Johns Hopkins to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges, including the strengthening of democracy.
To the graduating class of 2023, I hope you choose your journey wisely. Don't be afraid of success. Give it all you have. Be good, be kind, and be human.
Mathematician and military analyst Christine Fox.
I've spent a lifetime studying military operations.
A trailblazing expert on national safety and security.
Acting Deputy Defense Secretary Christine Fox assumed her new duties today.
Christine Fox spent her career shattering barriers.
Mrs. Fox is the highest-ranking woman ever to serve in the Defense Department.
It's all yours, Charlie.
Thank you.
Her early career as a defense analyst inspired this lead character
The encounter was a victory.
in the 80s blockbuster Top Gun.
Congratulations, graduates. As you go forward, think about what you love to do. If you love it, if you're good at it, go for it, because you can realize your dreams.
Businessman and civil rights advocate John Guess. He has helped empower Black students at Johns Hopkins for more than 50 years.
Today we are chatting with John Guess. In the late 60s, he led protests that resulted in the founding of the Black Student Union at Johns Hopkins University.
John Guess was the first ever Black president of the Hopkins Student Council.
I like the fact that
Today he heads the Houston Museum of African American Culture while serving as a passionate advocate for the arts, education, and community.
to the class of 2023, remember, whatever stage you end up on, no matter how big or how small, do good. And know that the good that you're doing will be infused with the excellence that you've learned at Johns Hopkins. And for the people of color, the graduates of color in the class of 2023, know that you are still your parents' great dream.
Psychologist and researcher, Redfield Jamison.
Redfield Jamison is considered a leading expert on mood disorders.
Jamison helped expand the world's understanding of mental illness through her years of research at Johns Hopkins Medicine and her personal story.
She has conducted research and has lived with bipolar disorder.
When I was 17 years old and a senior in high school, I became psychotic for the first time. It was terrifying. I had no idea what it was all about.
By publicly sharing her own struggles, she offers a one-of-a-kind perspective that benefits patients and families across the globe.
Congratulations to all of you as you go out on your journey. I would encourage you to take advantage of your restlessness and your discontents, as well as your joys, and to assume that efficient thinking is not always the best thinking. So mull, enjoy yourself, enjoy your thinking, and don't fit too much into the mold.
Pioneering cancer researcher Tac Mack. He's been called a rock star cancer fighter and a genome giant.
His peers say he's brilliant, a super scientist.
In 1984, Dr. Mack unraveled one of the toughest problems in immunology.
Tac Mack's groundbreaking discovery of the T-cell receptor helped reshape the fight against cancer and pave the way for life-saving new treatments and therapies. He's written more than 1,000 academic papers and trained more than 150 scientists, now performing their own life-saving research worldwide.
Never be arrogant about your field of study or your part in it. Collaborate with those who can help. As an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Legal scholar and economist Michael Trubilko. He's an internationally distinguished scholar who works at the intersection of law and economics.
I have spent much of my professional career researching, writing, and teaching about the policy reform process.
Michael Trubilko founded the esteemed Law and Economics program at the University of Toronto, establishing it as a global leader in interdisciplinary exploration. From his farm in Ontario, he continues to write, mentor, and teach, and is credited with launching the careers of dozens of other law professors in Canada and abroad.
As a law and economics scholar, you would expect me to emphasize the importance of cost-benefit analysis, but I do want to emphasize the element of serendipity. Be alert, open-minded, and don't be trapped by linear thinking.
Journalist and broadcast pioneer Judy Woodruff. Viewers know Judy Woodruff best from her on-air work.
Hello, I'm Judy Woodruff. Judy Woodruff, NBC News, the White House. We're here to report.
She's reported on some of the most important global events of the past 50 years.
But, Mr. President, with all due respect, what does it accomplish?
She's an outspoken advocate for women and minority representation in the media, and for people with disabilities.
The only advice I have for you graduates is to set your fears aside. Figure out what your greatest talents are and apply them in a way that does the most good. Not just for you and your family, but for all of us. We need each one of you to stand up for what is right and true.
We say thank you
for helping make the world a better place.